Welcome back. IGN is live at San Diego Comic-Con 2018. Since its cancellation in 2013, DC fans have been clamoring for more Young Justice, and next year that is finally happening.
Here to tell us about Young Justice Outsiders, please welcome Greg Weisman, Brendan Vetti, and Phil Barassa. Thanks so much for joining us, you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, so right off the bat, what makes this Young Justice Outsiders rather than Young Justice Season 3? Let's go down the line. What makes this
Well, it is
different?
Young Justice Season 3.
Okay, all right.
For starters.
Okay.
And you should watch Young Justice Season 1 and 2.
And 2, okay.
If you haven't already, you'll get a lot more out of the show by seeing the first 2 seasons. You can binge them on DC Universe in preparation to seeing Season 3. So Young Justice Season 1 was Young Justice, Season 2 was Young Justice Invasion, and Season 3 is Young Justice Outsiders.
I guess what I was trying to say is, like, is there any like major differentiations that you think the fans are going to be like really excited about?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, we've definitely brought in a new group of characters this season to kind of bounce off of the core characters that we've been building up through the first 2 seasons. And these are, you know, our core characters are from Season 1 and 2. They were like very much inside the superhero world already. The new characters that we're bringing in are very much outside the superhero world, but they
play on words.
Get it? There we go.
So obviously DC Universe is a huge thing. Does that change your approach to making the show at all?
It has. I mean, for starters, no commercial breaks.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So that was a real adjustment for me. I've been working in television for a long time, and I'm used to having to
unlearn.
I had to unlearn that thing, but
It changes the pacing a little bit. So
yeah,
it does affect the stories, but I think in a good way.
Are you?
But also, I think being on the streaming service as opposed to Cartoon Network freed us up to go a little darker, a little more mature. The characters have gotten older, and as that's happened and dark things have happened in the show, we're able to sort of play off that in a way that I don't think we'd have been able to do on Cartoon Network.
We can lean into the sophistication of the storyline,
right?
Because we don't have those sort of, you know, network handcuffs on.
Yeah, and I mean it's been 5 years. Presumably the people who were latched, if they were young watching Young
Sure.
Justice, they're slightly older Justice.
Growing up with the characters,
Right.
so yeah.
It's like it takes you so long to read the Harry Potter books that even if you were really young when you started the first one, by the time you get to the 7th one, you've grown up.
So this is a really strong following, but how do you guys hope to attract some new viewers and new audience?
We hope by word of mouth.
Yeah.
That's how it started.
That's
Yeah.
kind of why we're here with you two.
Okay,
also.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll work on that, yeah.
Our
Getting the
fans
word out.
We've got very dedicated, very vocal fans that got into social media and were very loud about, you know, discovering us and talking about the show, getting their friends to watch. And I think, you know, we're really responsible for us being here today, for Season 3 coming back. It's because the groundswell of support that we got from our fans, our bosses heard them, could not deny them, and actually greenlit our 3rd season.
Yeah. Our fans are the reason we're back. So.
Yeah, and so we're hoping for the same response with this, so we can come back for Season 4. We've got the DC Universe streaming service that we're debuting on, and you know we're hoping that, you know, people will find us there, support us there. This is a great way for them to support us, to subscribe, and hopefully we get enough subscribers and supporters to bring us back.
Yeah, I mean that's a good way to go about it. Does that have a hard release date yet, DC Universe, or is it still kind of a vague?
The DC Universe itself, yeah, I'm not sure what the actual release date is for that or our series exactly.
Do you plan to drop as one season at a whole solid season at one time for binging, or are you going to do episodic?
That's another detail that we're not quite sure
above
of
our
ourselves.
pay grade.
Details to come.
So I kind of want to go down the line here. So we see so many different superhero teams. What do you think makes this one special?
Well, I think our focus is on grounding it in reality, grounding it in the characters, that we let the characters sort of tell us what they're going to do next. There was a character that our original plan for him in Season 3 was to sort of write him out of the season, not say he was gone, but just sort of, we have a lot of characters, this one's going to be off on the sidelines for most of the season. And partway through the writing process, this character sort of raised his hand and said, no, I've got something to say this season. And he became one of our leads for the season, and that wasn't part of the original plan. It sort of caught us off guard. But our characters are so well delineated, both with the help of Phil's designs and his team's designs, but also with our voice director, Jamie Thomason, and our voice actors, that
they feel like they have lives.
Yeah, they have their own action,
Yeah.
and they sort of dictate to us.
Now, you've teased a couple new characters for this season. Could you give some insight on that?
Sure. We just had a panel earlier with Troy Baker, who's an amazing actor, and for us, he's going to be voicing the character of Geoforce, Brion Markov. And so, again, he's one of our outsiders. He's a character who comes from royalty, but has his world turned upside down and finds himself with his metagene has been activated. He now has superpowers and is in a very dangerous and scary world. And he will find some guidance from our core characters from season 1 and 2. And that's, again, very much what we wanted to delve into in the show, is this outsider point of view on the DC universe.
The idea of being an uninitiated and being brought into this huge world of superheroes and
I can't imagine his perspective is too grounded if he's coming from royalty into being a superhero. That's kind of a...
Right.
Really, how lucky can you be?
Right.
Well, we've got some twists and turns coming to keep that road from being too even for him.
So
Yeah.
Continue. Sorry.
Well, it's just that season 1 and 2, all our young heroes, they were the proteges of the grown-up heroes. They truly were insiders. And this group of new young heroes, which includes Geoforce, but also Halo and Forger, these are not people who grew up in the superhero community. They're getting these powers, not sure what to do with them, not sure if they're going to be heroes, not sure if they want to be heroes. And so it's coming from that standpoint, is that as opposed to being the insiders, these are the outsiders.
And it's interesting to see, again, our core characters kind of now taking, not control of the lives of these new characters, but interacting with them, and then to see how they bounce off of each other, how they play off of each other. We get a lot of great story stuff out of that.
So I was watching the trailer a little bit, and I loved it because it reminded me so much of the cartoons I used to watch when I was younger, like Batman animated series and the Justice League. Can you guys talk about your influences a little bit?
Well, you just named a couple.
Yeah, those are a couple great ones, if I do say so myself, but for you guys personally?
Yeah, another series I really enjoyed when I was a kid was Robotech. That was another series
huge.
with
for me as well.
a long, sprawling story.
Yeah.
It's something I'd always wanted to make, and I think Young Justice is kind of part of that long story play out with dramatic characters, with dramatic lives, dramatic stories. It feels very real.
I mean, and they had like character deaths and stuff like that. So as like a third grader, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
We watched some dark stuff.
We did.
Right?
Good you guys are going to have the freedom with DC Universe to actually, explore that. Thanks for coming by, and congratulations to you guys. And
Thank you. Thanks for having
us.
us.
The fans are really happy about that.
We hope so.
Thank you guys so much.
Awesome.
Young Justice Outsiders will be coming to the DC Universe streaming service in 2019, whenever they figure that's coming out.
And DC fans, stick around. Coming up, Jim Lee and Dan Didio will be joining us to chat about what's going on in the pages of the comics.
And later today, M. Night Shyamalan talks about his biggest twist yet, creating a new superhero cinematic universe without anyone noticing.
There's more Comic-Con to come. Don't go anywhere.